We are about to have a delicate conversation. It will benefit a lot of people, but some may not be ready for it. So please be aware this is not for kids before we proceed. Give you a moment to change the channel if you need to, but come back soon. We are discussing how to talk to your kids about Santa Claus as they get older. Joining us this morning is registered psychologist Tammy Shamoon. This is a juicy topic, Tammy.
Yes.
How often do you ask for this advice?
A lot around the holidays. We do a whole email, we do social media about this. And as a mom of 3 kids, I was asked this by my son recently, who's 9.
Okay.
It's like the big question, Mom, is Santa real?
So how did you approach this?
Okay, so what I always tell parents is to let your child lead. So I asked him, what do you think? Like, put it back on them. What do you think? And he goes, well, I think he's real, but the kids at my school, some of them say he isn't, and some say he is. And I said, well, is that why you're asking? He's like, well, I also saw your post on social media about it. Okay. When he was reading over my shoulder. So I thought, oh, crap, okay. So at this point with kiddos, we might say, you know, why are we asking? And if he said, like he told me, he's like, well, I believe. And I said, well, if you believe he's real in your heart, then he is real. But a child might say, well, I don't believe. And in that case, I'll give you a script to say to your child. If they're like, yeah, no, I really don't believe this. You might say, Santa Claus was a man who lived many years ago, and he brought joy to many people by helping others. So to honor his memory, moms and dads of many people become Santa Claus to spread joy to other people. And now that you're old enough, do you want to be Santa Claus, help be Santa Claus to your younger brother or sister or a senior or someone else? So that's something we can kind of give them to help bridge that fantasy into reality. But I think like parents worry, they're like, I'm lying to my child. What am I doing? I'm deceiving them. And I want to say you're not deceiving them. You are joining them in shared imagination. That's part, it's a hallmark of childhood. So child development is marked by magical thinking, which is this belief that their thoughts and imagination and beliefs influence reality, essentially. And that actually enriches their development and actually safeguards them in a lot of ways. It helps them feel a sense of control in a world full of uncertainty. So it adds a lot of resiliency. And really, it's this beautiful cultural narrative that spreads like joy and imagination and goodness. So like, just go with it. It's actually really good for their development. And
the spirit of the season, the magic of the holiday, that is something that, you know, spreads no matter how old you are, right? This isn't just a kids thing. This can really benefit everybody involved.
Yeah, and about 9, they do start questioning it. So, and some kids are later. My daughter was almost 11. I was in the 2nd grade when I questioned it at 7. So I think it's really just every child's a little different.
And it's going to happen at school. Kids are going to talk, that sort of thing. And you can't really control that, can you?
No, you can't. So just leave it, let your child lead. Don't panic. And if you feel sad about it, if it comes to an end, like we're at the end of it in our family, there's some grief there. And that's okay to feel that grief.
I was about to ask, because there's emotions tied to it as a parent, too, because this has been a whole transformation for you, through seeing it through your kids' eyes.
Yeah, and that's where we try to put it back on them, being like, how do we then put that in their hands to be Santa for someone else in the community? So it's just to pass that cultural narrative on to them to keep the joy alive in your family.
Oh, that is good advice, Tammy. As always, thank you for being here. It's a tough conversation, but it can be a fruitful one thanks to some of this advice. So Tammy's the co-founder of the Institute of Child Psychology. You can access their downloadable booklet about this very subject by going to instituteofchildpsychology.com.